Hey everybody, Chiroguys here, and today we're going to talk about the muscle memory meaning, the science of muscle memory. So with muscle memory and the science of that, we have to talk about the different interconnections. And today we're going to give you a few insights that you could do even just by yourself or at home or with a team that will be really, really beneficial. One of my favorite things, both of our favorite things, is coaching different sports. And this is where muscle memory for athletes comes in such a huge role in all of these things, especially if you're these little tiny guys going up. So, and people work on this all the way up to the pro levels, don't they?
Yeah, but we got to clarify what muscle memory is too.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Muscle memory is a connection between the brain and the muscle, and it's developed through repetition. And what happens is it becomes this unconscious motion. And unconscious motions are why Stephen Curry can shoot three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. It's ridiculous what he can do. I was actually reading an article on him after practice.
Yeah.
After practice, he sticks around and he will not leave till he makes 500. It was 3, now it's 5. 500 three-pointers.
Dear Lord.
My arm would fall off.
That's freaking awesome.
But what is he doing?
But what is it? Yeah.
It's muscle memory.
Right. And what happens is you cannot, if you are a basketball fan, you cannot help but watch a guy that can make it from anywhere like that.
But it looks effortless, but it's effortless because of muscle memory.
Exactly.
And then we look at Tom Brady.
Really? No.
We look at Tom
We love
Brady.
you, Tom.
Yeah, we don't. Unless you like our video and share it on your page.
Yes,
then we like
can
you
do
a
that.
lot.
But we're from Michigan too.
Yeah, well, he's actually from California, but he went to the University of Michigan.
Oh,
but I don't mean to get critical, and he's married to a supermodel, just like we are married to supermodels
We
too.
are.
Love you,
We
honeys.
are. Yeah.
So, what point of Tom Brady? Is Tom Brady, winning, 74 Super Bowls at this point?
Yeah. I think he's on his 75th.
Yeah, something like that.
2052.
Yes. And but the reality is he knows how to find that slot receiver. He knows how to find Gronk. He knows how to do these things by muscle memory.
Yep.
We look at a phenomenal baseball player like Mike Trout. And they said hitting a baseball is the hardest thing in sports.
Yep.
I love baseball, so I'm not going to disagree. But you feel free to think whatever.
Yeah.
But the reality is there's a muscle memory to hitting a baseball, right?
Absolutely.
And then we say, hey, Tiger Woods, we want you to drive the ball 350 yards, and then we want you to pitch it 20. Yeah. That's a muscle memory thing. He has to get his body into a muscle memory training to be able to do those things.
And those are so interesting because as you train your body to do those things, your brain becomes an efficiency thing. So then you're not training muscles in the sense of you're training your brain and saying, okay, brain, every time you do this. There was a great book. If I find it, I'll do it. But there was a great book, and they took a pro athlete and they made him. He was a good golfer, so they were swinging golf clubs, and then just say, hey, swing away. He was killing it. He was doing 200 yards, 300 yards, all those kind of things. And then they said they put a pebble in his shoe on purpose and said, concentrate the pebble on the shoe. Well, it stopped the brain from going to the normal place, and it started doing this other pattern, the ball spraying all over the place. So it was really interesting, like as you become that athlete, a lot of times the reason that stuff becomes natural is because they're so used to that reflexive brain motion there. So,
well, and I like that example too, because you're keying in on the fact that it really is a brain thing. It's not a muscle thing. The muscle just happens to be the effect of the brain. Yeah. And we look at Stephen Curry once again, and then we look at say LeBron James.
Yeah,
I mean, that dude's as big as a house.
Yeah.
But Stephen Curry can outshoot LeBron James all day long, and it has nothing to do with how big his muscles is. It has everything to do with that muscle memory that he has.
Exactly.
And so it's a really, really amazing, powerful thing. Now, we say muscle memory is all about repetition. Mm-hmm. And there's a phrase that, we have said, we have lived by, that everyone knows, it's practice makes perfect. Mm-hmm. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No. Actually,
I like that.
You want to say that to your kids all the time, don't you?
Yes.
You'd be like, of course, practice makes perfect. But what does that mean?
Well, and not even what does it, but what does it mean? But but taking it further, there's an extra piece in there, and there's this wickedly smart guy that they decided to name the Super Bowl trophy after, named Vince Lombardi. And Vince Lombardi says practice doesn't make perfect. What makes perfect?
Oh.
Perfect.
Perfect. Practice makes perfect.
So for our alliteration fans, Sally sells, she sells, she sure.
Practice make perfect.
Practice. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is like, and so with that being said, how do we do that? Because half of us aren't on TV. With
Are we actually
a bunch
on
of followers.
TV right now?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So how would we implement this into our daily lives, in our athletic lives, in our normal lives? So,
well, and that's a fantastic question, because if practice doesn't make perfect, but perfect practice makes perfect, that means that it is essential to do it right.
Exactly.
And we have a phenomenal video that you're going to see connected here called The Dark Side of Muscle Memory.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, frankly, when you don't do perfect practice, how your body can actually build in that muscle memory as well.
Exactly.
But here's the reality. Stephen Curry shoots those 500 threes after practice. You know who's there the whole time?
Who?
His shot coach.
Makes sense.
Yeah, do you know, I mean, Tom Brady wrote a freaking book called TB12 System that is all about the coaches that he has in life. And this coach does this, and this coach does this, this coach does this.
Right.
And then we get Mike Trout, who has a hitting coach.
Correct.
And then we have Tiger Woods, who has a swing coach. We have all these things, and they're doing it because they're trying to refine what they're doing. And then when it gets refined, that's when we go off on these crazy things where Mike Trout will hit 12 home runs in 2 weeks, or I'm just randomly saying numbers now.
And it's interesting.
But it's because their muscle memory is just in the zone, as we say.
So
right?
when all of these people use those, what are they using? They're using other people to help them
to
with
refine it.
Because if you think about it, if you just do it, I used to have that as an athlete, just be annoyed with, I want to do it my way, right? Well, it's great to think that way. The problem,
an athlete or a preteen.
Yeah, preteen, maybe that was it. But but if you could have somebody that could actually help you change the smaller habits, that's what they're looking for. Half of these coaches, they don't have to change Steph Curry's shot, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? No. But what if his arm needs to be
just bend the elbow here, bend the elbow there?
Exactly. So how are you going to find that stuff? And so that's what they're talking about. So our advice in this video is, when you go for your next workout, when you go for new things in your, even walking, doing laps around, be okay with it. Take a video of yourself from front and back, and then have we do this for people all the time, but like a chiropractor, your friends, like, watch your body move in those directions. And then when you see, hey, my right knee is turning this way when I'm walking, right? That's a huge piece of the puzzle that you can work on, instead of having a group of you go into these gyms and then just start, and then not. This is a good way, especially if you have another group, to have other people. They might not know what they're doing, but at least they can see what different or that's not normal.
Well, and so you're doing a good job of talking about refining. And our budgets are a little different than Stephen Curry's budget.
Right.
Probably yours is too. So we've talked a lot about elite athletes on this video, but our next, well, not our next video, but a video you'll see linked here.
Yeah.
Is we're going to talk about the weekend warriors. We're going to talk about the average Joes, the people just like you and I that just like getting out and having fun and doing things, and what we can do to maybe just improve a little bit. My hopes of going pro in my 40s are slim. It's probably past my prime.
I know.
But I still want to
darts or axe throwing.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of fun. I saw that it's like a new thing now.
It's a thing. Yeah.
It scares me slightly that we're into axe throwing.
Maybe we'll do muscle memory, axe throwing, and zombie prepping, because they can all go together.
Oh yes.
Yes.
That'd be a great idea.
No, I don't know. Okay. All right. So that's good.
All right. So remember, perfect practice makes perfect.
Yes, Vince.
And check us out in our next video. Oh yeah.